my friend Salla doesn't go live. We'll go for a little bit longer, but if she does decide to go live, then we will head over to hers, and I'll see y'all over there in the chat. So tonight I want to finish this book up before I do anything more in my creepy journal. Sorry, my brain is like not quite awake. I just woke up about half an hour ago, so I stayed up late to try and get some of this craft area cleaned up, and I managed to get I managed to get some stuff done, but not everything I wanted to get done. So that's the plan after Solace. So all right. I don't remember where I left off on this, so we're gonna just do a quick flip through to see where excuse me, where I have tags, where I don't have tags, where I need to add stuff. I was going to leave that one empty so that they could put their own things in there. There's a tag in there. I was going to leave that one empty as well. And that one. Those don't have pockets on them. There's one there. There's one there. I was going to leave that one empty as well. Okay. That's already decorated. There's no pocket there, so we're not doing anything there. So it would be just down here. Nothing there. Nothing there. I think this is where we left off. And nothing there. Okay. So that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to finish that up. Hello, Michelle. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Eber. Welcome, welcome. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. I got up late and I went to go look to see if Juju was on, and I'm like, there's no Juju. So I thought, okay, well, since tonight is a short night for me, I will go ahead and get the ball rolling. So sent a message to Di to see if she wants to join us, and she is currently out adulting. I don't understand why people have to do that. It just really is irritating. Really irritating, not just for me, but for them as well. But unless you like adulting, but I don't think anybody, from what I know, most of the people that I know that come here don't like to do it either. So I was looking to see if I already had tags started, and I do not see any. So we're going to grab some junk mail here. I do like to make my tags on junk mail just because it makes them just a little bit thicker, heavier, so that they're coming out of the pockets better. In and out of the pockets better, sorry. Words are not wording. Okay. Oh, well, let's see. That'll work for that one. That'll work for that one, but we need a longer one for that one. Nope, that's not going to work because it's all tore up. There we go. I have the worst heartburn right now. It's killing me. Hey, Angie. Like, I've taken the chewable tabs twice already, and it's just not going away. Okay. Let's measure all of these out really quick. Oh, it looked like I was already going to use this one because there's a mark on there, and then I didn't do it. That's funny. Okay. I don't want it to come all the way to the edge. Angie, are you staying? You're not leaving? It's not a hi bye? It's just a hi, Angie, not a bye, Angie. Oh, no, Ever. It was just one of those days, huh? Oh, I don't think I'm going to have to cut it down this direction because... Are you going to fit? Okay. Oh, are you not going in because of the window? Oh, that's the other thing we got to think about is the window on this one. Okay, we're going to cut it down just a teensy tiny bit. So if you could see my desk and see what it started like last night and what it looks like now, there is massive improvement. Unfortunately, it is not full and complete improvement. Hey, Saul, welcome. Yay, and woo, 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 woo. Not bedtime yet. Oh, perfection. That one fits, so we just need to trim it right about here. Okay. This one, if I cut the top part off. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, I just noticed a hole because that tag just went right out the side. I need to do some repairs there. Oopers. All right, perfect. How was everybody's Sunday? Mine was ick because I was cleaning. I hate cleaning. Okay, and I don't think I left myself any huge pockets on this one. I did not, which is kind of a bummer because I would have liked to have added a... I would have liked to have added a signature. I just don't think there's anywhere I can do it. I mean, I could attempt here, but it takes away the pretty. Yeah, this one's just not going to get a signature in it, and that's okay. It's a stinky Monday. Oh, that's right. You're on Monday already, aren't you, Ever? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, you left work early then, didn't you? Because it's like... Oh, no, it's about 3 o'clock there, so that's... Yeah. You didn't leave too early, so... Oh my gosh, my nose. My nose is running. Somebody catch it. Oh, nice, Angie. Did you get a lot of them done? Good, so I'm glad you had a good Sunday. I know, Ever, it always stinks when you have to do that stupid adulting stuff, you know? Always stinks. All right. Let me get these cut down. Because I'd like to have this off the table. One less project on the table. I did one thing that I got done that is a huge help is I took all of the tabs and stuff that I had, not tabs, tags and little things like that. Excuse me. I got the little hiccup burpy things going on here because of the, hopefully that's the antacid doing its job. All of the like tags and little ephemera pieces and stuff that I had from my Christmas journals, I had sitting in some, they were in little bags and boxes and all kinds of things that were sitting on the corner of my desk over here and just taking up so much room and making it so that everything over here was a mess and yeah, just making life harder. So I sat down this morning while I was watching Pink Girly Lori. I can't remember if I was doing that when I was watching Casey 2 or not. I think it was done by that time. But anyway, morning, Marty. I sat down and took out the bags that I had already put the books into that had the signatures done and put the all of everything in each of the bags. So all of that stuff is organized and I don't have to worry about that. And that got rid of like 3 different tubs sitting on my desk. So now I've got it down to 2 tubs to work out of to decorate the tags and stuff. And then 2 tubs of the books themselves that I just need to pull the books out and do what I need to do with them. Wow, Angie, 30 of them. That's awesome, girly. 30 yo-yos. Nice job. She has been busy, huh, Saul? A lot of people, they were talking about that at about Christmas at Casey's too, and talking about how I can't even think about Christmas yet. It's it's too early, but if you're making things to sell, then it's important to start early because otherwise you're not going to have anything done. Especially if you're me. No, Marty, I just woke up at 8:30. And when I wake up, I'm all stuffy. I do have like horrible indigestion right now too, so yeah. Why are we putting a mouse on the screen? That's scary. Hey Barb. Welcome. Yes, Christmas is 9 weeks away. Only 9 weeks. 9 weeks. So if you're making stuff for Christmas, get on it. Oh, cool, Barbara. What are you painting? Yes, morning voice. Most definitely. Hey, Steph. Welcome. All right. So all we have to do is get these 3 tags done. We're going to do this one last because I don't want to think right now. I'm looking to see what the pockets are made out of so that I can figure out what to do the tags with. Actually, I think for that long one, we're going to use this one because that's got a cool design and that'll look cool. I think that'll look cool looking because this is the one that has the window on the outside of the pocket. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Steph scared off who? Oh, Step is scared of them, and you're mean. You're rotten. Uh-oh. Are Saul and Barb following each other around? Were you guys just hanging out over at Karen's? I saw that she was live earlier. I missed it. Bummer. Bummer. Alrighty. Anyway, I think this would look cool through that window because of all the different stuff going on there. All right, there's that one. Let's go ahead and do that. Ooh. Yeah, that is kind of funny. That is kind of funny. I miss Xena's live too. I saw her briefly on Casey's live. Casey was tempting me. I told him, he asked if I was still awake or why I was still awake. Actually, he had asked if I had napped when I was watching his live. And at that point, I had not, because I was staying up trying to clean. And so that boy says to me, "You want to come play?" And I'm like, "No, I can't do that. I'm trying to clean." I told him, I said, as much as I would love to, I can't, because I need to finish working on my craft room so that before I can't actually move around in my craft room anymore. So yeah. I'm not a mouse lover either, but I also wouldn't. Oh, is Xena still on right now? I didn't even look to see if there was anyone on. I just figured everybody was done at this point. And I had noticed that Juju wasn't on and there was no message. Has anybody talked to Juju? Is she okay? There was no message or anything, so I was like, I waited for a little while and then thought, okay, well, I'm going to come on since this is my short night and I have to go. They just got off. Okay, good. I have to go with Mom at 11:45, which is way early for me. Haven't heard from Juju. Okay. Meeting her at 11:45 because she has found a place that she would like to move to that is a senior living type place. It's not assisted care, but it's like I don't know what you would call it. I don't know. Anyway, they've got, like the apartments, they've got the apartments there, and they do have like the panic buttons and stuff in the room in case something happens. And hey, Xena, if you would like to come play some more, I know you just got done with your live, but you were live with Casey, but if you feel like playing more, then let me know. You can come play. Anyway, so she found this little apartment place that they organize all kinds of like activities, and they have they serve 2 meals a day, so if she wants that, and that's included in the rent, so she can go do that. So there's always meals available to her, that kind of stuff. So she wants me to go and check that out with her, so I'm going to do that in the morning, which means Oh, that's right. She was feeling a little bit icky earlier, wasn't she? Yesterday. And she didn't show up at Mary's either. She might be sleeping, just not feeling it. I don't know. I don't remember her saying anything last night about not being live today. Although I honestly wasn't listening really closely because I was getting my stuff ready for my live and doing other things that I needed to get done. Okay, I need a piece of copy dyed paper. I've been using this stuff a lot lately. I'm going to have to probably make some more. Which side do I want? Oh, it looks like I tried to use a stencil or something on this one, and it didn't work all the way on that one. All right, Marty. Thank you for coming in and saying hi. I appreciate it. Sweet dreams. Zena's roaming the YouTube streets. That's funny. Oh, were you trying to talk to Angie? And she said that she left to come over here. And I'm like, oh no, I didn't realize she was still on. I didn't even look to see if anybody else was on right now. I just thought, well, and Juju's not on, so I'm gonna go. Okay. Anybody out there that wants to play, more than welcome. Just let me know, and I will give you a link. Also, just a reminder, and there will be a post about it tomorrow as well, but I won't be here. I won't be doing the late night lives on Friday, starting Friday, this coming Friday through the 28th. Hubs and I are heading up to Oregon. Hubs and I and Bonus Daughter are heading up to Oregon. Sorry, I gotta get this gum out of my mouth. It's bugging me. Heading up to Oregon to go look at areas, possibly look at some houses and see what we like up there. So we can figure out where we want to move. We figured instead of just randomly constantly looking at houses and seeing, oh, okay, I like this one or this one, it would be better to head to those cities and or towns. They're probably towns, not cities, because they're small. And check them out so that, make sure that it has the vibe and the feel that we want, and look at the neighborhoods of the houses that we're looking at and make sure the neighborhoods themselves were okay. But you can't be too far behind because I've only been on for, how long have I been on for? It's not showing up there. Why? I've only been on for 24 minutes, so you can't be that behind. So yeah, so we're going to do that. We're leaving on Friday afternoon. So my live, and I need to put that in my comment or my Nightbot. My live that I would normally do on Friday nights, live at the Ginger Cat Ladies Craft Table, it will not be on Friday night. It will be on it will be on Saturday instead, because I will be in the car Friday night driving. But Saturday we'll be at a hotel, and the room that we have has 2 rooms. And I was already going to take some stuff with me because I want to work on Christmas cards and getting those done. Yeah. Ginger, take something for that before it gets bad. I mean it. Take something for what, Angie? The stuffiness is because I just woke up like an hour ago. And that usually takes a couple hours. The heartburn, I've taken 2 of those chewable things, and it's still not. It's being mean to me, so I may have to take something else, but I don't want to take too much because I also don't want to like make myself sick from. Can you do that? I don't know. Oh no. Yeah, and it's just allergies. I wake up like this every morning. And since I only just woke up at 8:30, I've only been awake for an hour. It takes several hours for it to go away. So yeah, I'm good, Angie. Thank you for worrying about me, though. I appreciate it. All right. Gold paint. Ugh. Nope. If you hung out with me, if you were with me in the mornings every morning, you would know that you would like not worry anymore because I sound like this all the time. In fact, when I was teaching, like if there was a new teammate, I would always get the, "Are you okay?" Because like when I woke up, I didn't have to get up like way early to get to work because work was only like 5 minutes from me. So I wasn't usually hadn't usually been awake for very long by the time I got to school. And I would always get the, are you okay? Are you coming down with something? And it's like, no, this is normal. And then after a while, it's like, okay, yeah. You're like this every morning. Plus, I haven't had coffee. Usually drinking the coffee helps, but because I have heartburn right now, I figured, yeah, the coffee needs to not happen. And I don't think tea would do me any good either. Usually it's something hot that helps, but okay, there's that. Thank you, Saul. I'm excited. I've wanted to move to Oregon for quite a while. Back in 2015, I think, I had gotten him to agree to a trip to Portland and a trip to Seattle. And we went and checked those out, and we put the house up on the market, and I started applying at a bunch of school districts. And when we put the house up on the market, it was like mid-August, I think, and that's not the ideal time to put a house up on the market. And we had a few people look at it, and somebody that said that they wanted it, and then it fell through because their loan wouldn't, the type of loan they were getting, whatever. But anyway, we excuse me. Hey, Di. We ended up Cuff. Is your keyboard having a seizure? We ended up taking the house off the market and not moving. But after we went to Florida, when my brother-in-law passed, when we were there, we were watching a bunch of videos, or not videos, but a bunch of TV, which we normally don't do. I normally don't do. He does, but I don't. And the main show that she watched was, she really liked watching the House Hunters shows, and especially the beach ones. And he got hooked on those. And then so when we got home, he was still watching them. Steph. Hi, Do. I think her name's Di, not Do. Oh, I don't know if I want that in the middle of my. It'll be covered with paper on both sides. It'll be okay. All right. He kept watching it, and like it's not just I want to move there and buy a house. It's I want to move there, buy a house, and renovate it, because the ones that he's been watching are where they go in and renovate it. So he had seen where somebody was they usually, most of them occur like Jersey Shore or Florida, over that direction, right? Some of them are here on the West Coast, but he saw one that was in Ocean Shores, which is up in Washington. It's like on the kind of on the border of Washington and Oregon, or close to that. And he loved the area. So he started looking there. Well, he started looking in Oregon, actually, and sending me some stuff. But then he really got hooked on Ocean Shores. And you can get houses there for super cheap. But there's a reason for that. And I don't know what that reason is. I haven't researched it. But what I do know, that in as small of an area as it is, the amount of houses that they have on sale should be more like Sacramento, not this little tiny town. There's way too many houses for sale, and they stay on the market for way too long. And because of that, people just keep reducing the price of the houses. So I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is a good area for us to be if there's that many. There's a reason that so many people are selling their homes there, but I don't know the reason. Anyway, he kind of started looking at other spots, but it was kind of funny, because all of a sudden one day I just randomly get a house that's listed for sale in a place called Brookings, California, which is no, Brookings. It's not California, it's Oregon, but it's like right, really, really close to the border of Oregon and California. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. What's this for? And I asked him, I said, what's this? I said, are you wanting to move? And he's like, yeah, I've been thinking about it, and I'd really like to retire on the coast. And the California coast is, it's beautiful, but everything here is so expensive. So expensive. And to try and buy something on the coast is even crazier. So, and he knew that I wanted to live somewhere that was cooler weather, and he does as well. We don't we're not people that are into the warm weather. So, hey, Yuda. So yeah, so that's how all of that happened. So we're hoping. I've been trying to get him to nail down a time period as to when he wants to do this. And before it was always, I'm not really sure yet, when I want to, and because it'll be at that point, it'll be that he's retiring, not just, changing location for his job or whatever. So I finally got him to narrow down to spring. And so when he said spring, I said February. And he said February, March. So what I'm kind of hoping, honestly, because there are some places that I have found that have like incredible spaces for a craft room in them. And he has agreed that I definitely need a craft room. He's tired of having a shared space where he has to, where he has to see my mess. But we found a couple that are in a 55 plus like living. I lost my bone folder. Y'all see my bone folder? Like, my desk is not a mess. There it is. It's right under my scissors. Right. It would have been a snake. It would have bit me. So there's we found a couple that are in this 55 plus area in Florence, which is a little bit further up the coast. It's really pretty up there. My bonus daughter that wants to move up there with us is actually seeing a guy whose grandpa lives up there. His grandpa and grandma, but grandma just passed. And he's been pretty much living up there because he was taking care of grandma when she was ill, and is still taking care of grandpa because grandpa can't really, he can take care of himself, but he can't really take care of himself. Or he can take care of himself. He's not taking care of himself. That's what it is. So she's been talking about how pretty it is up there. And in talking to them, they have Kaiser in Eugene, which is it's less than, I think it's like a 45-minute drive. But they have like offices and stuff in Florence that work with them that I guess like are probably, I imagine, contracted out through Kaiser, or contracted to do Kaiser, to provide care for people with Kaiser. There we go. Words are not wording. Anyway, so we're kind of looking there because it is a lot of people in the area are retired, and that kind of thing. So, and all of the homes there are prefab homes, but yes, Judah, the bridge there is so cool, very cool. And we won't have like, originally he was insisting that we had a place that was like close, really close to the water and had a water view. But I think he's kind of finally getting to the point where it's like we may not find something like that, which is fine because it's not that far. And in Florence, it's hard to get a place that has ocean view because they've got so many sand dunes around there. So most of what you see is you can get places that are riverfront, and there's a couple places that we've seen that have like their back deck looks out the river, and on the other side of the river is a sand dune, and on the other side of those sand dunes is the ocean. So it's that close. It's not like you can walk there, obviously, because of um, the river right there. But to get to town where the river meets the ocean and stuff isn't that far, and to get to actual beach access is like a 10-minute drive. So that's very doable. Because I'd like to be able to go somewhere and do like a daily walk on the beach like Di and her husband do, because I'm really envious of that. That sounds like a whole ton of fun. Like, I'm not into exercise. But walking on the beach, that would be my cup of tea. So, yeah. But it does have to have a craft room, and like I said, we found some places that, just looking on Zillow, that have perfect craft room type situations going on. And we do have enough equity in the house that we can probably, we can take out a second on that equity and purchase another place. Seaside is gorgeous, but it's more touristy and it's more expensive than what Florence is. And I think it's a different kind of coast too, isn't it? I think it's more of a rocky kind of coast than a beachy kind of coast. Because I know, like, the further up you get, it's a little bit more rocky-ish. And most of the houses that we're looking at are actually really close, either less or really close to what the equity is that we could take out in the house. So there might be a possibility that we do that, and then because we're going to have to fix up whatever we get, because they're all, like I said, they're all, well, okay, so in the area that we're looking at, it's like I said, it's a prefab kind of place. But of course, Sandy, of course, definitely, like, anybody that is in Oregon or Washington is going to have an invite, because especially if we go to the place that I in the 55 plus community, it's a they're all prefab homes, and they have a community center. So I would be able to do like a little retreat kind of thing in there if I wanted to. So that would be a whole lot of fun. I found, oh my God, you guys, I found this one house, but it's, Hubs wants to stay at a certain limit. And the one that I found that is kind of pretty perfect is 30,000 over that. It's still less than what we can get for our house when it sells, but it doesn't leave us with a whole lot of money as far as like fixing things up and that kind of thing. You walk into the house and there's the living room, and the living room is huge, but off to the side is they call it a study. It was somebody's craft room, because when you look at the room, it's a long room, and the whole side of the room over here is windows, and along that whole side are tables that are built up against the wall. At the far end is all windows, and underneath that is countertop and cabinets with some desk spots in it. The wall over here is all built-in cabinets, and some of them have doors and some of them don't. But the shelves are shelves that have, like, the space in between the shelves are narrow, so it's like light and stuff like that. Floor is tile. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, this was a craft room. This was a craft room that somebody had their friends come over and hang out there and craft with them. Um, the house itself is only a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, which is small. Considering that we have family that would be coming from Australia to stay with us because they, we wouldn't want them to be in a hotel. But there's 3 garages. There's a garage attached to the house. There's a large garage that's separate, and then there's a motor or a bus sized garage with actual hookup in the garage. My head is thinking, oh, well, this would be perfect to oh, that's perfect. Okay. This would be perfect to rent out the big garage for somebody to store their bus in. And then in the garage that's attached to that, turn it into like a little apartment kind of thing. And if we could Airbnb it or Vrbo it. We would have to look at the area and see if that's okay. And when we know that they're coming to visit, then we would just not rent it out and they could stay there instead. So, but it just depends on how much it would cost to renovate it and that kind of thing. So, my hubs agreed to let me put away the china and take over the dining cabinets for my craft stuff, so I don't need to drag stuff up from my basement. Nice, Yuta. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, Ever. Eugene's a pretty big, a pretty good sized area. And I know just in talking to my bonus daughter, Danielle, because she's spent a lot of time up there with this guy that she's seeing and helping take care of grandma and grandpa. And she was telling us that they have Kaiser, and they get a lot of their services there in Florence, but they go to Eugene whenever it's like, the services that can't be covered by a doctor there in Florence. Oops, that's not the end I wanted because that end has the black line on it. So, and I'm sure there's, like craft stores and all that kind of stuff that's in Eugene. So, because they're a decent sized city. They're not as big as Portland, but, yeah. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Why is this not lining up? So yeah, if you live in Seattle or Oregon, once I move and get my act together, depending on where we end up, we can have some crafting fun. Because honestly, I'm kind of like wanting to be in that. All right, this is not working. I'm kind of wanting to be in that community, the 55 plus community, because for the space rental is $318 a month, I think, and that covers your sewer, water, cable, internet, trash, brush removal, and then access to the community center, the pool, hot tub, sauna, tennis courts, pickleball, all kinds of other stuff. And when he's like, well, I don't know if I will, I don't want to have to pay that. And so I made him sit down and look at what we were paying as far as the utilities that this covers. And it's $13 less than what we would be paying for up there. And I'm like, okay, that $13 gets us a whole lot of other stuff that we can use. So yeah, this sounds like a deal. Plus he's a social kind of guy. So if there's, stuff that he can get into that, meet some guys and hang out with and that kind of thing, then that would be awesome for him, because I don't know how he's going to do retirement, because he's ADHD more so than I am. And he likes to be busy. He isn't somebody that, he'll sit around on the weekends and not do a whole lot of stuff, but he, I can't see him just sitting and not having something to do. That just isn't, that's not him, so, it wouldn't be healthy for him to do that either. So, yeah. And he could probably get into fishing or something like that, because there's fishing, there's the river there. There's crabbing. Apparently there's crabbing right in the river itself, too. Didn't know that. 2010, we rode through there on our motorbikes for the first time, and they had an awesome scrapbook store in Florence, but sadly it was closed when we went through a year later. Yeah, it seems like all of the stores like that are not hanging out for very long anymore. I'm hoping they've got some nice thrift stores, though. Oh my God, this heartburn is like horrible. So, Ever, were you here in the States for a while and stayed in Oregon for a bit, or, because I know you've mentioned it a couple times about how cool you think it is in that area. I honestly have never been up the Oregon coast, or really the Washington coast either. Like, Seattle is about as coastal as I got in Washington, so it'll be nice to see what the coast is, but just from the pictures that I've seen, it's gorgeous. I've taken 2 of those chewable ones, but I think I'm going to have to take one of these. Normally it doesn't hang out this long. Normally one of those chewables makes it go away. I don't know what the deal is. And I didn't even stay up late or anything like that. Oh, okay, gotcha. For residential programs. Very cool. So Eugene is a pretty decent town or decent city that has enough stuff there to. I figured it was because it's one of the bigger cities until you get to Portland. So, okay, all of the tags that I've made, the plan is to go back and sew around them because that was not where it was supposed to be. I put them on there with glue stick, and it was never meant to be a permanent thing. So, no worries, Zena. A grilled cheese sandwich. You are a night owl like me, aren't you? You're eating dinner at 1 o'clock in the morning. I just don't want to sew on stuff because there's several of them, and it'll take me too long to sew them while y'all are here. So I will do that later. But this makes this journal done. And I'm getting a lot further in the creepy journal. It's turning out super cool. Pushing myself, doing things on the journal that is not my normal. I do that too, Zena. I totally do that too. I get going and it's like, oh, I should have eaten dinner a long time ago. Yeah, pushing myself out of my comfort zone on some of the things that I'm doing in the journal. I wish I knew more that I could do because I kind of feel like some of it's like repeating itself, but the journal has already been spoken for. It's basically already sold. And the person that is buying it is happy with what I'm doing. She watches my lives all the time and she's happy with what's going on. So we're good. University of Oregon, Model Disability Access City, massive recreation outdoor programs, great arts and alternative culture, arts and markets. Yeah. Oh, is there a University of Oregon in Eugene? Oh no, Angie, go to bed before you fall out of bed. Get yourself in there and get cozy instead of laying on top of it. Silly girl. All right, let's get this off the table. I want to stamp on the back of those tags that I just did. This one should be dry now. Yeah. Hey, Stephanie. University Town. Okay, cool. Alexa, stop. Thank you. All right, Ange. See you in a couple hours. I know you'll be back. Oh yeah, you did that. Yeah, that's a whole lot more than just moving um to a different state. Yeah. Well, do you have to oh no. Stephanie. Uh do you have to get a visa in order to move here? So I just stamped a little what are they supposed to be? They're supposed to be cherry blossoms, I think. And there was cherry blossoms on some of the pattern papers. So when I was younger, we moved to Washington. My sister was born in Montana. I was born in Nebraska, and my brother was born in Washington. Um, and like I went to kindergarten. The earliest memory I have of Washington is kindergarten. Um, and we lived there. We lived in Washington, in different cities in Washington, but we lived there until I was getting ready to start 7th grade. So my childhood, as a young child, was in Washington. I don't want to put that away because I'm not done. And then we moved here to California, and we're here for 2 years. Yeah, we were here for 2 years, and then we moved to Saudi Arabia for 2.5 years, and then we moved right back to the same place. But by that time, I was a junior in high school. So most of my childhood was in Washington, and I love it up there. It's just the weather is the kind of weather that I love. I don't like hot weather. I love the rain. And moving to the Oregon coast would be ideal for me because it rains there a lot, and yay. Oh no, Saul. Isn't it a little late at night to be having music playing? Just saying. All right, that one's all dry, so it can go in its pocket. And what did I do with the other one? There it is. I didn't stamp on that one though. I was gonna do that. Let's do this one. I need a bigger stamp block. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about a new adventure for us. And the nice thing is it's only an hour and a half plane ride if something happens and I need to come back. Because my mom's still here, my brother and his family is still here, my sister's family is still here. My husband has 2 daughters that will still live here. The one that's going up with us wants to move up there as well. Stephanie. It just started getting cold and now you're like, nope, it can go away. Oh, okay, so well, as long as you're okay with it, then I guess it's okay. Oh, that one turned out really pretty. So yeah, it's only an hour and a half plane flight, and usually the tickets are, like Southwest isn't too expensive. So we can always do that. And it's only an 8-hour car ride too. So if it's something that, just coming down for Christmas or something like that, then actually I think it's 9. But so if it's, coming down for Christmas or something like that, then it's not a, gosh dang it, why do I keep doing that? It's not that far to go, and we at that point we'll both be retired, so it's not like we're having to miss any work or anything. So yeah. It's funny how many people absolutely love the heat, and I'm so opposite. Typically it's 100 degrees here, and even today it was in the upper 80s, and it's October, almost November. Let's get the cold weather going here, California. I don't like it. Yeah, but where would you go, Stephanie? Okay. I have all of them stamped, so I can now officially put the stamps away. They can officially go away now. We're actually done with them. I'm not going to pull them back out again. All right, let me dry these off really quick. Okay. Can you come here and defrost? Sure, come on over. Hey, Jane. Yeah, Salla doesn't come on until 11:30. And I'm not sure if she will be live tonight or not. I haven't looked to see if she has set up her live, because she's been not feeling well. She's got a cold, which is why she didn't go live last week. And she hasn't been feeling good. So I know yesterday still she wasn't feeling good, so I don't know if she's going to go live or not, but I was going to look here really quick and see if she had her notification up, because if she does, then we will put that up there so that when it's time to go over, we can go over. Yes, she does. Okay, so she does plan on doing it. Perfect. Share. Copy. Okay. So I will put this in and pin it up at the top, so that if when it's time, we can just click on it and head on over there. Hey, Vale, how are you doing? So it's right now it is 64, which is perfect. I love it when it's in the 60s. It's so nice. Yeah, it's only 10:10 here, Jane. Time differences really mess you up, don't they? Okay, so I think we can call this thing a wrap, except for having to sew the pockets, or not the pockets, the tags. I want to do that, and then are you seriously not going to go in there? I checked you. Okay, well, apparently I didn't check well enough. It's all good in the hood. All good. Yes. Okay. I'll stick some more gold on it. See if I can get just a little on my finger. Oh, come on. Come out of there. Oh, well, Jane, you're in the right spot then. I'm sorry that you're having a rough time, but come on over here and have some fun. Although nobody's gotten silly because I've been spending the whole time talking about my upcoming trip, but and a lot of the people that get up in here and start getting all crazy and silly aren't here, so not yet anyway. There we go. I know, I love this paper. So funny story. This paper was given to me, well, the pack that I pulled out to use was given to me by Cheryl from Reckless Hill Farms, and she had sent me this big box, and she sent me I think 2 or 3 pads of the paper. Well, I had, when I was in Florida and we stopped at Ollie's, I had bought 4 or 5 of them, so I have a bunch of these pads of paper. It's Colorbach and Delilah, and it was from Ollie's for $1.99. So I've got a bunch of these. Y'all are gonna see these. What is on there? It's something foam. I don't know where that came from. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of this paper here and there. Not a lot of it right now because it's not probably during the spring we'll see more of it. But yeah. All right, that one fits, and hopefully this one fits now. Where did I put it? There it is. I don't remember which end I just did. I'm just gonna dry this paint up really quick. Okay. All right, and I can see some repair work that needs to be done here really quick. I had to split this envelope because when I originally did it, I put some paper in there so that when you take the tag out, you can see some pretty paper in there. Well, I glued the paper to to the window itself, not to the back of the envelope, which meant you would never see what was inside. So I had to go in and take that apart. And so I guess when I glued it back up, it just didn't quite stay all the way. So we're going to stick a clippy on there to make that stay. If we can get the clippy on there without tossing it 20 times. Got some gappage there. Okay, did I even get any glue in there? Hopefully I'm not gluing the tag. There we go. Now we got glue in there. For sure. Yeah, I was looking at it and I'm like, I was trying to show it. I was trying to show what I had done and I'm like, and so here's this, and I stick my hand in there so you could see that it was an envelope that you could look, see like the tag through it and stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, why can't you see my hand? You should be able to see my hand. Like, oh my God, what a dork. All right. Washi tape is lifting up. So usually after I finish a journal, I will go through and check to make sure all of the edges are glued down good. If I've used washi tape, is it sticking? If there's any, like if it's an envelope thing like this that I've been working on, is everything good? Just because I don't want to send something out that is not good. All right, and we know we're opening there, but there was also, was it right here? Yeah, okay. I was going to say, I know that this one had a spot in it too. And these are just junk mail envelopes, so, they're not the world's strongest things. Like dyes was already starting to fall apart in some spots because of the flaps being made with the flap of the envelope itself. I know a lot of mine, I had to make the flaps for them, or make a hinge for them in order to get them sealed up the right way, to get them to attach because of the way I had opened the envelopes. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you do a little flippy floppy journal like this, that you might want to either reinforce that spot where it folds, because I did end up having to do that. That's why you see so much washi tape, because mine was trying to fall apart as well. So I think it's better to reinforce it so that you're not, it doesn't end up falling apart on you, because that's not why you make it. You don't make it so that it falls apart on you later. Guten Morgen, my friend. I sent you a link, ma'am, if you feel like playing. Oh, I do. Yay. All right, we're not done. I do have a pocket. Okay, I'm going to make just a really quick little journal, nothing fancy. just out of some copy dyed paper, and that way I can stick it inside the little pocket. I don't know if you saw it or not when I was doing it, but there's a, oh, you couldn't, there's a pocket right here in that big one, because I did want to add a little journal in there, so that makes me happy. Yeah, I slept for longer than that, Vale. I slept from about 1:30 until 8:30, but I woke up at 6:30 with indigestion. Took some medicine, kind of helped it go away, went back to sleep, and woke up again with indigestion, and it's still not going away. Once you put it together, if you know what you're, as you work on it, you know what's going on, so there's no getting lost in it. Y'all get all weird with it. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't figure out how to do, which way does it go? It's not that hard, Frida. It's not that hard. Okay. That goes there. This one's going to go in the window. My tummy's making grumbly noises like it wants to be fed. Okay, so when I originally made the other one, because this is based on the Wraithwood journal that I did that was kind of creepy. No, it's not Vale. Originally, it was planned for this to be here, but it sits better when it's here, and it just, I don't. Yeah, it's like a. Oh, look, there's a little surprise there. What's going on here? Oh, that's what's going on. We got unfolded on the other side. Okay, let's make a little signature. Sorry, Zippy was sending me a message asking about a card that she had gotten for her birthday. Oh, but I didn't actually answer the question. I said yes, but then there was two things there. Oh well. All right. I want to make the cover out of a piece of copy dyed cardstock, but we'll cover it with some of the scrapbook paper. And then the inside, let me pull out my other copy dyed papers. The inside we will put, let's see, if I do this, okay, that size, excuse me, that size will totally fit. I'll do a little short one. Let's see, what other fun stuff do we have in here? We'll do another little short one. Ooh, that one's fun. What else? What else? I can do one of those. I can do one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Five. 6. 7. 8. I thought I had some just plain. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so if we are folded in half, yes, sirree, we will fit in there fine. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. So I'm just going to fold all these puppies in half. This is just paper that I have coffee dyed. Some different kinds of paper. This is doesn't have the lines on it anymore, but this is the paper that my kindergartners used to write on. That had the the blue lines with the dots in them and stuff, or the dashes in them and stuff. This was just a regular piece of printer paper. This is a piece of just regular printer paper that I coffee dyed with a stencil. This was just a piece of this is from a I think this is from a ledger. I think it was just a regular ledger. I know I have some too that was a grade book, but I don't think this is one of the grade book ones. I think this is just a ledger. Hey, Angela. This is a piece of vellum. I don't know, is that too wrinkly to put in a journal? No, because it can serve like as a divider page. It can be, stuff can be glued onto it or whatever. So yeah, that's fine. It's fine. Plus it's been signed by Harley. It's got Harley's signature only. All right, this one is too tall, so we're gonna fold her up and make her a shorty with some pockets. And when I make a pocket, when I do something like this and make pockets, I like to cut right here. So that you don't have that bulk in the spine. You've never heard of too wrinkly? Okay, good. It's just I mean, it's bumpy. it's uber bumpy. Because the vellum, I don't remember if it's vellum or oh, did I miss somebody? Good morning, Tiffany. Welcome back. Nice to see you back. I don't remember if that was the vellum or if it was the tracing paper. It took the copy dye, but it turns really dark. I mean, it wasn't in there for very long. It turns very dark and it gets uber wrinkly. Which shouldn't have surprised me because glue will do that to vellum too. So I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know. Or if I was even thinking, you know me. All right, there's 24 of you up in here, but there is only 17, or there are only 17 thumbs up. All right, I'm going to stick this one in here. Oh, I didn't realize he was too long too. Darn it. Okay. Okay. You need to chop it off at 5.5 and re-glue it then. Wait. 11, 5.5, yeah. Okay. Better. The only bummer is it took away those yummy edges. Oh, did I say good morning? That's because for me it is morning. Because even though I live in California, I'm apparently living on an Aussie time schedule. But even in Aussie land, it's afternoon. So yeah, I don't know what time zone I'm living in. I'm living in PAM time zone. Okay, this one needs to be... Let's make some side tucks here. This is my favorite way actually to make a journal with a bunch of different kinds of paper like this. I can decorate. I can do whatever I want to it when it's like this. I struggle using digital paper and scrapbook paper in a journal because I can't cover things up. I don't know why. I just can't. I know I'm weird. I know. Oh yeah, Tiffany, this is a international group of people here. Frida's from Germany. We've got a couple people now coming to us from Germany. We've got Yuda in here and Vale that are both from Canada. I don't think we have anybody from anywhere else right now, but we get people from the UK, Finland, Norway, Sweden, South Africa, several Aussies. Oh, we've got Ever here from Australia. We usually have several Aussies in here, but lately some of our Aussie friends have not been coming. Okay. Plus, I like the pages to be different sizes, too. I think that's a lot of fun. Yep, there's Ever. Ever's our token Aussie for now. Okay, I'm going to trim this one down. This was just from a notebook. I think it had lines on it. Sometimes when you copy dye, the lines go away. I'm okay with that. But other times when you copy dye, like this is from a composition notebook. And it's just a cheapo one from Dollar Tree, and the lines stay there. This was from a composition notebook that I got in Australia that was grid paper, and the lines stayed there for that one too. So Zena, I'm just going to make a little journal to stick into the there's a bigger pocket in my flippy floppy thing, so I'm just going to make like a single signature thing to stick in there so that there's like a little journal inside there too. This is a I think this was I don't know if it's ledger or yeah, I think it is ledger. This one is definitely ledger. Okay, and then this one's going to be our cover, and this is just a piece of cardstock. I think it's like a 110 pounds. So Tiffany, I retired in February from 25 years of teaching. I started my junk journal. I retired on February 22nd. I started my channel on February 23rd. I didn't start doing lives until July, and they didn't intentionally start out to be long ones or do all night ones. Hey Jill, I was just wondering where some of my other Aussie friends were. We've been missing you guys. I would watch Mama Juju. She's in Tennessee. Sorry, Mississippi. She's in Mississippi. And so she's different time zone. She's like 2 hours ahead of me, right? She would end at midnight. It was 10 o'clock at night here. I wasn't ready to go to bed because retired, and I like to I have always been a night owl, and I function better at night. And so Juju would finish, and I'm like quietly crafting, and didn't like it. It was too quiet. It was way too quiet. And then I am summoning Aussies now. I don't know if any of you have been here for a while. For some reason, I'm able to summon people to show up. I don't know why. It always happens. Anyway, so I one night there was me and Michelle. Neither of us were ready to go to bed yet. Glitter. Neither of us were ready to go to bed yet, and I'm like, I'm gonna go live. And it was my second time going live. I had gone live that night with my very first live at the Ginger Cat Ladies Craft Table. And I decided I'm going to go live. And did it for a couple hours, and it was fun. Hold on, I'm mathing, and that's not an easy task for me. It is almost 5.5. I'm going to do it at 5. 8.5. 5 by 8. Okay. Hey, Pam. So I did it for a couple hours, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm like, okay, well, that was fun. And then didn't do it again for a while. And then I decided to do it again another day, and the next thing I knew, it was 6 o'clock in the morning, and the sun was coming up, and I'm like, oh my God. And then it just kind of started happening, and I was doing it every night. And I am ADHD. I have a hard time getting things done without having a body double. And I'm making, like a lot of the journals that almost all of the journals that I make, I sell. And if I were to sit down and work on the journals myself with nobody around, I would stop and think, oh, I need this. And so I would get on the computer and I would start looking for that. And then I'd end up down this rabbit hole, and then I wouldn't be working on my journals. Whereas with people here, I stay focused and I can get what I need to get done. So, yeah. You're on holiday. Nice. Where are you at? I said 8 by 5, right? Yeah. So that's why. And it feels a niche that didn't have anybody there. There's a lot of night owls, and a lot of insomniacs here in the States, and so it's given them a place to go. For some reason, there's not very many channels in other countries that do lives at night. So it's kind of filling a niche there too. So it just, it's just worked. It's just worked. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So these are going to go These are going to go on here. So this is going to be my cover like that. And then this is going to be the inside of the cover. And then I have 1, 2, 3 upside down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 pages. Let's move you in here. So we've got a short one inside. There we go. 9 pages. So 18 plus the front and the back. So that's what, 36? Sunshine Coast. Nice. We're at in the Sunshine Coast. So jelly. Chocolate fondue is yummy. Oh my gosh, big boom. Thank you, Jane. Yeah. I'm pretty much an open book, guys, so you can ask me almost anything and I'll answer. I was saying earlier I need to rewind so I can catch how you started, then save and rewatch so I can make one. Love it. I'm kind of unsure how to start. On this? On the Flippy Flappy or on the little journal that I'm making? Yeah, there's a lot of lives during the day. It's really hard to fit something in anywhere. So it just, yeah, it just works. Okay, Kalunda, I don't know that one. We went to, I think it was Sunshine Coast or was it Gold Coast? We went to, oh gosh, I can't think of what the name of it is now. It was gorgeous though. He scraped the bowl clean. Good night, Steph. Thanks for hanging. Did I miss any other questions? The journal, this part. So Steph, Angela, all I did was the Flippy Floppy. You're not going to see the whole thing on that being put together because that I did several lives ago. I just picked out 9 papers that out of the copy dyed paper stash that I have, and I folded them in half. This one was too long, so I folded it up to make a pocket out of the bottom. And this one was too wide, so I had to cut it down. This one was too wide, so I folded the sides in to make a little side tuck. And then my cover is going to be this piece of copy dyed cardstock, but it's not a very pretty one, so I wanted it to be a little prettier. So I cut down some of the scrapbook paper that I have for the Flippy Flappy book. Yeah. If I know I might have missed some people coming in because I was talking. So if I missed you, give me a pink hand and say hi so I know that I missed you and I can say hi. And if there was a question I missed, make sure you ask again. Oh, what is that little journal you were doing? Is there a theme? So the little journal I'm doing is going to go into this journal, into my Flippy Floppy journal, because this right here has a pocket. So the journal is just going to be slipped into this pocket. And that's it. I'm only decorating the outside of the journal. The insides are going to stay exactly like this, so that the person that gets it can do whatever they want to it. They can decorate it. They can use it to write in. I'm not going to do any decorating other than to put something on the cover to make it not so bleh looking. So yeah. So it's just a little quick journal, because otherwise it's just a bunch of tags in the journal. So this just makes it a little bit more. So thank you, Vale. Blue. So Angela, what I do at the start of the summer, when I knew that I was going to be making a lot of little golden books, I dyed a ton of paper. Funny enough, I haven't used any of that paper in my little golden books. I've been using other papers. Why do I never have a piece of junk paper that I can use to stick so I don't get glue on everything? Oh, this one's still wet. So I took a bunch of different papers and just copy dyed them. Some of them I have a bunch of stencils, and so some of them I put stencils on them and dyed them like that. But I just stockpiled a bunch of copy dyed paper, and I like some of it is from composition notebooks from Dollar Tree, because they're stitched, so you can take them apart just like you can a book, and it comes apart in a folio, so you can use it. You can copy dye those. I bought some ledger books off of Amazon that I've copy dyed. I bought some hey Barb. That would be fun, Barb. That would be a lot of fun. Yours is like way cool. You do yours like different than I do mine, but it's way cool. Way cool. So I've done journal ledger paper. I've done grid paper, composition notebook paper, other little notebook papers, vellum. I bought a teacher's grade book, because I also do journals, little golden book journals for teachers. And so the teacher's grade book is kind of something but it works in other ones too. Regular copy paper that is just dyed plain and also with stencils on them. And I just dyed a whole ton of them. I spent like 2 days dyeing. I like to dye cardstock. And so that I can use it to back tags, so I don't put stencils on it, and I use it just to back tags. And I'll show you some of the papers as we go through when I bring the little journal back over, so you can see the different kinds of papers that I've used on it. But I've used the like newsprint paper that kids write on in school. Like you can get pads of it like that at Dollar Tree. The lines on those come off because it's the newsprint is a cheaper paper, and it doesn't And I think the ink that's used on it is not as good of an ink. It's not meant to, I mean, they don't make it so that you can dye it, but I do anyway. So yeah, just a bunch of, and that way to me, because I would rather, like I was saying earlier, I would rather make a journal out of paper like that. And when I'm not making a specific, like a little golden book or something like that, my journals usually are made out of different pieces of paper that are coffee dyed so that I can then decorate them how I want to decorate them, because I struggle with the if there's an image on there, it's hard for me to figure out what to do with it. I sit there and stare at it and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do with this. You're welcome, Angela. I haven't tried tissue paper yet. I wouldn't leave it in there for too long. Oh, Jill, I wanted to tell you that what was it, a pencil holder that you made out of the tiles? That girl, that was awesome. Absolutely cool. I only coffee dye. I don't do any other kind of dyeing, just because, well, number one, it's messy. You have to store a lot of, like if you're going to buy the writ dye to do it with, because that's what most people do it with. You've got the bottles to store and all that stuff, and I don't want to deal with that. And Debbie Epps and Jacqueline, I call her Jay, from Lovely's Crafting Lodge, they and some other people like Weenie and others do such a fantastic job of dyeing things that I would rather buy it from them and help them with their small businesses than do it myself. I love doing the coffee dye because I love the smell of it, so I don't have a problem with doing that one. And a jar of coffee granules lasts for a while, so it's not like you're having to store a whole bunch of different colors and stuff. So okay, so there's the outside of my journal. And if I was smart, I would have edged that in the gold, but I do have a gold pen that we can go around the edge of it to add some gold in there. So that's all good. All right. So this is going to be just an undecorated book. So that the person that gets the book can do whatever they want with it. Yeah, it looked like it was a lot of fun, Jill. It's a really cool little thing. But I'm in love with glass tile like that. I think it's so cool. Why does she not use a glue book, you say? Because she's... Oh. Because she doesn't have a brain. And sitting right here on the floor, right next to where she works, glue pages, so that stuff doesn't get stuck. But is she smart enough to use it? No, not so much. Not so much. Let me make sure this isn't one that I wanted to cut out of, because I have those too. Was I going to use this to cut? I don't think so. No, I wasn't. Okay. You've got 30 minutes, which should be just enough time to finish sewing this in. And then sticking it into the book. It would help if the glue came out. There we go, thank you. Thank you very much. Alright, there's that one. And this one. Look at that, I can move it out of the way and my table's still clean. Amazing. I swear, guys, I swear. Oh, that'd be cool, Jill. Okay. I'm going to try and get this lined up the best I can, but it's not really going to matter because it will have a whole bunch of papers in between it. Oh, but that was not straight. No, Vale, I won't, because I have to go somewhere with my mom at 11:45, so I'm going to need to get some sleep so that I can get up and take a shower and be a human being and stuff. That still came out crooked. I must have cut it crooked. Oh well. Okay, let me get the lid on the glue. Good night, Saul. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Good night, Tiffany. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Okay. Gold pen. Gold pen, where are you? There you are. All right, so Salla showed us this cool little trick. Make sure my pen's working. So if you want to get, you know how people do like the lines that are kind of wiggly and I don't know about you, but when I try to do them wiggly, they don't wiggly good on their own. I end up having to So I don't know why, and I need to figure this out because it's really irritating. But sometimes when I go to Zoom, it boots me out. Like it turns my camera off. And I don't know if it's the battery thing that I've got plugged in. I don't know if it's the cable that is connecting the camera to the computer is loose. I don't know what it is, but it's really irritating. And this time it wasn't letting me do it back. So anyway, what I was saying is that Salla said that if you hold the end of it, it makes it easier for you to make those wobbly lines without forcing it and making it look weird. So yeah. Because I'm just going as straight as I can. And as you can see, it's not very straight, but it makes it so that you get that nice double line that I can never do. Oops, ran off the road on that one. Ran off the road on that one too, sorry. Okay. So see how it gives it that nice little double line that I can't do if I try to do that myself. It looks bad. So just holding it on the top. Loosely on the top. Oops. It kind of helps that my paper is not completely flat because it's coffee dyed. And it's kind of doing its own little thing with the bumpies. I wish it wouldn't have run off the edge, but not a whole lot I can do there, unfortunately. All right, let me dry these really quick. Okay, I see some spots that need some glue here really quick. Oops. Come on. I thought it was loose there, but apparently it's not because it's not coming up. All right, so hey Salla, welcome, welcome. I saw that you have your live scheduled. I have put the link up in the top, and actually, oh no, I can't do it because it's going to you. Never mind, it won't work. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing on this side, the Salla trick. Let's get it down where we want it first. I'm having troubles aiming there. Whoa. So what are you working on tonight, Salla? Whoa. That was really bumpy on that side. Because of the copy dyed paper not being flat. So there's lots of bumpiness over here. Dang it. It keeps going off the edge. Okay. That's going to be the back of our cover. How are you feeling, Salla? Oh, nice. How cute. Okay, so there's my cover. Which one was the one that was super duper messy? That one. So that's going to go on the back. Okay. There's my cover. So, I'll go through the papers really quick. This was just a piece of notebook. Came from a spiral notebook that I copy dyed. This is either vellum or tracing paper. I can't remember which. This came out of a composition notebook. It was too long, so I folded it up. Ledger paper that I got from a pad at Amazon. I dyed just a regular sheet of copy paper with a stencil on top of it. Now, when I say a regular sheet of copy paper, I use, I had it sitting here and it's not here anymore. I use HP Premium 28. It's a 28 pounds, so it's a little bit thicker. So that's why I'm able to use it. I mean, you can see that it's a little bit thicker than other papers. A different kind of ledger paper from a book that I bought at Amazon. This is that copy paper that is just dyed. This came from a composition book of grid paper that I got when I was in Australia. And this is the newsprint paper that kids use in kindergarten and first grade and stuff to write on. You can get the little pads of them at Dollar Tree. It was too long, so I just folded the edges in and made little tucks. So what I'm going to do now is get everything where I want it. And then we'll sew a signature and then stuff it in there and then head over to Salla's. Okay, everything's already centered where I want it. I'm just going to stick it in here. Now, I know it's hanging out there. I like that. There's some people that may not, but I like that. I like how it sticks out like that. It just makes it more junky and grungy to me. Thank you, Jill. Okay. Where's the center? There it is. Okay. And I've got it in a V and I'm just pushing down in there so that that paper is down in there as best I can get it so that I can make sure it's in that V, or, you know, in the actual center. This one, I'm going to use a bigger one here. Clip it on the side. And then put the thing down so that it keeps it kind of where I want it to be, since I can't reach it with a clippy itself. And that'll just keep it from moving while I'm trying to sew it. Okay. I'm just going to eyeball this one. It doesn't have to be perfectly spaced. So I'm just going to find about where I think the middle is and poke it through. Whoa, that was a little bit further than I wanted to poke it through. I want to make sure that my short papers are getting caught, and I think this is about the same size as most of my short papers. So I'm going to do my hole up here. And this one I'm only going to do a 3 hole stitch. I'm not going to do a 5. Okay. No, my cats don't freak out when I empty the dishwasher. Sorry, Frida. Yes, definitely use beetroot. It's, from what I understand, it comes out very pretty. Okay, where's my great big needle? There it is. Okay. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Salla, I so want to put a cucumber behind Harley because I know he would jump, because he jumps at everything anyway, so it would be hilarious to see him. You know what, I'm going to, since this is just a single signature like this, I'm going to do it from the other side so that my tie is on the outside instead of on the inside of the journal. No, I'll go back down here. Okay. And we are just going to pull these tight. Now, this is where, if I can find them, this is where these kind of tweezers come in handy. When I do what? Oh, when I do this, the cucumber thing. Oh, for sure, girl, for sure. All right. So these come in handy right about now because I'm going to tie my knot. Well, yeah, I'm going to tie my knot and I want this to stay tight. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to it with this so that it doesn't loosen up on me. Except I can't get it in there like I do with the other. Okay, well, normally when I do it on the inside, it works, but this one's not doing it, so hopefully it stays. And I'm just going to tie a double knot. And then I'm going to tie a bow. Okay, so now we have a really quick little signature to stick in the journal or to stick in the pocket. So and everything was able to get several holes in it, so nothing is wobbly or loose. I didn't put anything in upside down. Yay me. So this is going to go in here. Just like that. And it's done. And she chunky, but chunky monkey be good. Chunky monkey be good. Yeah. So I think what I'll do is tie this up with some ribbon or lace. When I'm finished with it, I'm going to stitch around the outside of the yes, Salla, that's how you tie a bow on camera. I'll go through and sew the journal cards, and then I will tie this around it, and it's ready to be sent to its owner. All done. Alrighty, my friends, we're going to end 5 minutes early so that Salla can get over and get herself started. I can run to the restroom before she starts because I am her mod. Can I open again? Oh, okay. I'll do a really quick flip through of it. So it goes like this. There's a tag, tag, tag. I'll do a, oh. Well, look at that. I could have done another one, but I'm not going to because it's already fat enough as it is. And I want to leave some places for the person that gets it to add stuff to it. This opens, comes over here, comes up here. There's a tag here. There's a pocket here. This is a little journal, a little pocket thing that was made out of a piece of it was out of a piece of packaging. There was like 5 of them that were right here that were constantly there, and now I can't find them. And it was just made out of a piece of packaging. It already had those lines right there. This flips down. We've got this here. There's a pocket, pocket, pocket. Flips out, pocket. Those flip. Pocket there, a big pocket here, but this one doesn't have anything in it. This is where we just stuffed the journal. And this is what I finished tonight. There's this with a pocket here, and a pocket down here. So I will do a full flip through video of it before I send it off to its home. So alrighty, friends. That's it for me for tonight. We're gonna head over to Salla's. Her link is up there posted in the at the top of the chat, or pinned at the top of the chat. I will be over there as well because I am her mod. She said that she is running a little bit late, which is fine because I need to go potty before she starts. So I will see you all over there in her chat. She's going to make some Christmas cards using paper from PAM over at Silver and Sparkles, with a really cute kit that she has. We're both on the design team for Silver and Sparkles. So yeah. All right, friends. Thank you for choosing to hang out with me tonight. I hugely appreciate it. I will see you all over there. And if I don't see you all over there, have a fantastic evening, morning, day, wherever you are in your time of the day. And yeah, Jane, I'm going to post a video of this. So wait for the video where I'll go through it slower and show you where all the pockets are and stuff. That was just a really quick one. So watch for a video in the next couple days. Okay. All right. I love you all. Bye.